Ready? And...
What's up, Internet? Welcome to Man Alive, international talk show extraordinaire, where Dave and I hit on some hard-hitting subjects. Like today's hard-hitting subject, if you could create your own video game, what would it be?
If I could create my own video game, well, I have actually a lot of ideas.
Me too.
Games that I want.
Is this a real position that works in the video game world?
Like the idea man?
Where you're like, hey, yo, here's what we're doing.
In the company?
Yo, this.
Can I tell you that I have very often dreamt of having that position being mine? Because that's all I'd be able to contribute without further education, going and learning programming.
Video game developing is too hard for me.
I don't think I could ever have anything to do with it, but if you need a guy to sit in a boardroom and come up with some game ideas, whew, I got some hot ones.
Me too.
Okay, so here's my first game. I got two that I've got locked and loaded that I thought about are really, I think would be very, like, platinum selling games.
Lay it on me, dog.
The first one, something to the effect, you call it like suburban warfare. I'm a fat guy. That's it. I'm a fat guy that sits on a couch. Also true.
Not. You don't need to mention that.
Now, how sick would
Every
it be?
fat guy sits on a couch.
It's redundant.
Yeah.
How sick would it be? Suburban Warfare is a conquer the world real-time strategy simulation game where you conquer the world from the couch in the living room of your suburban home. Start off. Feel me now, dog. Feel me now. Start off, you declare your throne. You declare your house sovereign territory. This is my country. Sauce boss land. You're sitting on your throne.
Which is the couch.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's down to the throne.
Yeah. Now it's your throne. It's your throne room. And you slowly build up.
It's the throne of 1,000 thread couch.
It could be if it's a nice couch. It's a dope couch. That's comfy. Breathes nicely too. Stays cool on hot days. Now you have to build your empire with the resources that you have in your suburban home. So, for example, you're getting a broomstick and you're getting a knife from your drawer, your kitchen drawer, and you're taping it to your broomstick, and you're sitting on your throne and you're defending your throne. And you slowly, with the resources that you have in your house, conquer the entire world, starting from your living room.
Like you go and you take over your neighbor's house too?
Yeah.
How would you go about that? Like walking off? Do you ever get off the couch?
Yeah, of course. It's just that's your throne room.
Or do you command?
That's your capital. And you start with resources in basic kitchen items, basic house cleaning supplies, and you fashion yourself weapons, all from your suburban house.
It's cool if you start off with a friend also, so you take out your phone and you're like, you never leave the couch even, let's go further.
Perfect.
Call your friend up. Go to the store and pick me up milk.
Yeah.
And then you can even get him to pick you up a dog.
Yep.
And now you have like a creature with you.
That he's your pet and he can go and do like little sneak attacks and stuff. And you essentially, first you start by taking over your neighbor's house, then you take over the entire
Call the neighbor and you're like, hey, I need to borrow some salt. They come, you poke them in the heart with your stick.
Well,
your duct tape knife to your
I thought this was like a twofold thing. Now you can either shank him in the heart with your duct tape newspaper stick, if you want, and if you don't want, if he wants, I should say, he could capitulate. He could look at you and be like, dog, you're way too sick in this neighborhood. Like, I bow to you. My house and its resources are now attributed to your throne. And you grow out like that and just keep growing. And the stronger you are, if you try and bite off more than you can chew, well then obviously, fucking security's gonna show up and be like, what is this that we hear that you're trying to take over your neighborhood? Like shutting it down, and then you have to fight them off. But
or
if you're really high,
if you have enough charm,
you can subdue them, and then they're like, you know what?
They're like, dog, you are the tightest.
We like what you're after here. We're gonna bend to your will. From suburban to then city, city to provincial or state, state to country, country.
That's sick. That's a chill game.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I'd play it.
Me not that much.
Why, you want to take over the world?
Sounds like Civ, but on the couch.
Yeah.
And you love Civ, and I have barely dabbled in Civ.
But it's not as complex.
It's couch Civ.
Yeah, on an iPad.
Yeah.
It's definitely on an iPad.
Yeah.
It's a mobile game.
I like the idea of a game like Battlefield. Well, that's probably trademark.
Yeah.
Supreme War Commander. I feel like that's trademark too.
Also trademark. Yeah. Like I have that one on Steam.
But it's basically, you're in God mode.
Yeah.
And you control the whole army like you do in RTS games. Except at any moment, you bounce down to the helmet cam of the individual soldier.
And you're one guy?
Well, like, let's say you go and you have the barracks, and you release, like, in RTS games, you take out, like, 50 soldiers.
Yeah.
And they run out, and they start running out to the enemy base.
Yeah.
And then you have your little resource gatherer who goes and gathers resources. At any moment, you can control that. And now it's a mini game. Gathering resources. Take over one of the soldiers, first-person shooter. You have your hangar, and you launch the planes or jets or spaceships,
helicopters.
At any moment, you control that. It's a flight simulator. I think Tom Clancy End of War was kind of like this.
I was going to say, I think there is something that exists like that, but I like the next step where there are a bunch of different games within. So like you said, flight simulator, also first-person shooter, but then the resource gathering, I mean, it could be like a kind of puzzle game of sorts.
Exactly.
I like multiple games, like all genres of games.
If you control whatever you control,
yeah,
you are far superior than the AI would have been.
Yeah.
With that one.
Yeah.
So you could, like, I mean, you know, control a soldier, and that's your soldier. He's going to be the sickest guy. You're on the front lines, or you're the sickest fighter pilot. But you kind of choose where you want to commit to, or you can always be commander mode. Have your people doing your things. But, like, yeah, mini games for resource gathering. In Tom Clancy End War, like, when you had the soldiers go out, your field, your, like, you know, the fog of war, it was, like, it was whatever you could see. But when you were on a jet flying, you could see. When you were on the ground, though, the camera would drop to the guys, and you saw whatever you could see.
That's sick.
So at least the perspective was there.
Yeah.
But you didn't get to individually control the soldiers.
Right, right. It's one thing to see it as a camera, it's another thing to play it. But I feel like that's maybe the most expensive game you'd ever make.
Yeah, because it's like 15 games in one.
A game that captivates all genres of games.
I did play this PC game way back in the day where it was like a strategy, and it was like you were digging tunnels and stuff, but you were able to switch to an individual character.
Lemmings?
Something, I don't know, and it went to first person view, and you were like digging tunnels, and it was like a strategy game. Anyways...
Huh.
If you can control the next release in a video game, what video game would it be? What would you do?
Did you just ask me the same question but in another way?
No, now you're taking someone else's intellectual property.
Oh.
Like Half-Life 3, what would you do?
Shit, no, that's too much. That's too heavy of a burden.
Okay, real quick, Half-Life 3, if I had that, in Half-Life 3, Gordon Freeman finds a portal gun.
Oh my god.
Gordon Freeman brings it to his science buddies, or himself, and
he is a science buddy. He's his own science buddy.
Yeah, but he's got better science buddies. He crossbreeds the portal gun and the gravity gun. Shout out to you right here.
What is that gun?
That gun...
sucks your dick?
Yeah.
Wow.
You just need a portal gun to suck your own dick. Thought about it. It was one of the first things I thought about. You're like, go, pew, stand over there and just go like, blah, 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 blah.
True.
True. Hey, yo, dog.
No, I don't want to slap hands on sucking your own dick.
Let's talk about it then.
Oh, no.
So Gordon Freeman mixes the portal gun and the gravity gun.
Okay.
And just think about how awesome it is, the idea of like, you have all these guys, let's say, coming at you, and you just say, portal, and then you take one of those saws, like, and through the portal, and it's like, and like cuts off like 6 guys in half, like in fucking right out the portal.
I just had such a different vision. You said you have like 6 guys coming at you, and I just imagine like 6 dudes whipped out coming
at you,
and you'd shoot portal on this side, it's a row of 6 dudes, and you'd cut all their dicks off with the.
That's crazy.
Terrible brain visual that I have.
Dude, pornos.
6 guys with a dicks
porno
now.
gun. Pornos.
Horrible things.
Pornos. What's a portal? A portal is
a portal gun.
A portal gun is like you shoot a butthole here and a butthole there, and like you can walk through the. Did you want to play Portal 3 or Portal 3?
Neither. No, I'd rather Portal.
Me neither.
No, I want Portal.
You
3.
want Portal?
I just got stuck on buttholes on the wall.
Yeah, you walk. Would you walk through a portal or run through it?
You have to run. You never want to get stuck in a portal.
It's not a bad place to get stuck. I know lots of people that would love to get stuck in a portal.
So here's another game that I had. Another idea that I had. Life in 30 minutes. You start at 0, age 0,
This is such a like early access Steam game.
It's an app.
Okay.
It's totally an app, and it's just touch. It's just a couple touches. You have to make choices and decisions throughout your life. But it's like, you know, when you're a kid, it starts off with like, you know, pick your boogers and put them under your bed, or don't pick your boogers, put them under your bed. And you have to
do homework.
And you have to make decisions quickly. Do homework, don't do homework. They have plus stats in certain categories, negative stats in others. Don't do your homework, maybe you have better friendships. Maybe you spend more time with friends. Do your homework, maybe less time with friends, but now your intellect is higher.
So you're like, you get less, you sacrifice social points for intellectual points.
If you answer quickly, you get a bonus for like initiative. You know, you did it faster, you get more points. You do it slower,
however,
you get laziness.
And you get impulsive points too.
Impulsive points, absolutely right. And through these series of decisions, it shapes the person that you are. At the end, you get a stat sheet of like how you did.
Can I just say, that's how Fallout, the next Fallout game, should start.
Like from the
beginning. It should be like that.
Yeah.
Like here's what you kind of like remember the standardized test of the last one?
It's a mini game at the beginning to build your character.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I just thought like at the end it kind of you get this stat sheet like from everything, you know, like how many shits you took to how many shits you took to how many
naps you
didn't take.
Yeah.
How many kids, you know, did you leave? How far does your history, like your lineage, how far does that continue? How many lives did you affect? How many people did you talk to? How many people did you meet? How many people are going to remember your name? Does anybody remember your name? What if you chose all the shit things and you didn't do anything social, and then at the end you're just not really, you're not even a person. Nobody knows you. You go down in history like fart in the wind.
Yeah, and now you're about to leave the vault as a nobody.
Hurry up. Well, in that case, it kind of doesn't really matter because the world has been destroyed. So
no, but that's pretty tight. That's pretty tight. If people know who you are in like the beginning of the RPG game or not,
like you're a legend.
What you did.
You're a legend.
Because some people want to be famous in the game.
Yeah.
Some people want to be invisible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it depends. Like, you know, I like playing, like, when I played Oblivion, I wanted to make someone who was in, like, the guild, the Dark Brotherhood guild. No one knew me. But then, like, I joined the Dark Brotherhood, I saved the day, and then everyone's like, there he is! My man!
Yeah,
you did it, bro! And I'm like, yo! I'm like, I'm wearing all black, dog.
I'm
like, on purpose.
I'm an assassin.
I'm a cat man.
Catman assassin.
Yeah.
Don't you know? I don't want you to yell at me in the streets.
I'd have to say that if I were to take an intellectual property and control the next release of it, I select Assassin's Creed.
Really?
Because I have this phenomenal... First of all, because I think the franchise...
Come on, there's one every fucking year.
Yeah, so I think the franchise needs help. Because it's a great...
I could think of other franchises to give help to, dog.
Okay, but this is a great idea.
Okay.
So you take Assassin's Creed, Vietnam.
Chill.
You're Assassin's Creed, you're Vietnam,
in the
assassin, you're in the jungle, you're a green beret. Your hood thing is a ghillie suit.
Sick.
Your blade is a combat knife.
Sick.
You're barefoot in the jungle. You work on both sides because you know it's a very controversial war and stuff like that.
Sniper rifles.
There's a sniper rifle that you can get.
Tommy gun.
Exactly. Although I don't think you would use a Tommy gun, but but
I don't even think Tommy gun's that era.
It's not. It's Assassin's Creed. In the jungle.
Yeah, I like that.
And they already have the tree climbing stuff down pat.
Yeah.
You just need to make the ghillie suit hood, have the combat knife, it's got kind of like a Rambo flair to it, and you're creeping in the jungle, you could set up traps and stuff like that.
That's sick.
And I think that would be really cool.
That's cool. The only thing is that you don't climb so much in Vietnam. It was about tunnels.
Yeah, but you climb.
But they were napalming trees, so all your stuff to climb, they just took it.
Who's they?
America.
That's you in the game, probably. Or kind of like a mix in between.
You can be whatever you want. I feel like you're killing
what they do is like
shaping
the war,
right?
Templars, it's like you're kind of like against the Templars in Assassin's Creed, and Templars are on both sides.
Yeah.
It's the war is what people see, but the real war is under it, you know, who knows. And this could be pre-napalming trees, you know? And even if trees get napalm, then you can make it to the tunnels. Then you can do other things. You have other options, but I think the setting for that in itself is a great one. A World War II Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I think that's
the
the cool thing about Assassin's Creed is they get to do all of them.
What bugs me about Assassin's Creed is I'm a very huge Splinter Cell fan, and Splinter Cell kind of went backseat to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed kind of encroaches on Splinter Cell.
And I think Splinter Cell makes for a better yearly annual release, because what you get from Assassin's Creed is they try and do this huge turn of events like within a year, where there's like, now it's you're a pirate on pirate ships, and then it's like, no, you're in the jungles, you're Native American. You know, it's kind of like too much of a back and forth.
Whereas Splinter Cell, they could pick a point and just slowly go.
Yeah, we're like, here's now your tour of duty in in the Middle East. Here's your tour of duty in Africa. Like, here's your new weapons. Here's your new shit. Like, I just find it lends well to that, kind of like how Battlefield with DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I also think if I can do spin-offs, you and I talk about this all the time, a spin-off Mass Effect game.
Yeah, what had I said the other day that I really wanted to do?
The Ark.
Right. That would be so sick.
Yeah.
So the idea was that it's kind of like during the events of the Reaper invasion, Reapers are coming to take everybody's little babies, and you are tasked with building an ark that is to preserve the knowledge and power and genetic whatever of the people. So you get yourself a band of married dudes, throw them in a spaceship, and send them way the fuck out. That spaceship has adventures. It does things. Sees people, fights maybe, gets involved in conflict. Regular Mass Effect shit. Play yourself a nice game of Mass Effect with new species, new races, because you've left the galaxy now. Maybe you find out that there was a gate, one of the gates that takes you outside of the galaxy that you didn't know about. You go there with your ark, then you turn it the fuck around and come back once the Reapers are gone and society has been wiped out. But then they find out that the secret was all along that this was now the dawn of man. This is from the era before the current Mass Effect. This all takes place earlier. In the last Reaper invasion, 50,000...
Very confusing.
50,000 years earlier, and you're like, whoa, did I just play a real prequel when I think it was...
we thought it was a sequel?
All at the same time?
That's... So my thing is, I'm very happy that I don't have to make the next Mass Effect game, because it's very grand.
It's a tall order.
In scale, and as a huge Mass Effect fan, I can choose some macro events that I would love to play. Mm-hmm. So like the Citadel Police Squad, CSEC, where you sign up to be an officer, you police the Citadel. I found the Citadel to be one of the most interesting places in the entire Mass Effect universe. But
they didn't really ever give you enough.
Mass Effect 1.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The only one I haven't played.
Yeah, the one that you didn't dabble in that much. If you add Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, there is a lot of Citadel. And if you throw in a little bit from Mass Effect 3, there is a Citadel there. Like if you can join that together, if you can make a full game around the Citadel, and you're the CSEC officer from the ground up, maybe you're a Turian, maybe you're a human, cool. You choose that, but you're like on the Citadel, and there are fucking gang fights, there are gang wars.
All the shit is going on.
It's not even, we could just say Commander Shepard finished it in the Mass Effect 3. There's a statue commemorating Commander Shepard.
Right.
And that's there. Life must continue.
What happened to the Citadel at the end of number 3?
I believe the Citadel remains, doesn't it?
I don't remember, because isn't it the Citadel joins up with the other piece and then
it becomes a weapon of sorts or something?
Yeah. Blows up the whole universe.
I guess it depends what ending you got. So I think like a CSEC macro game would be cool. Very cool. The Turian-Human War, the First Contact War. I always thought that was awesome. Would be cool.
Yeah.
Being like, if you were, so biotics in Mass Effect were sent to like a training school. So if you started off on Earth, and then you were a biotic, and they sent you away to the biotic school to learn how to control your powers, and then you went back to Earth and maybe saved some sort of thing there.
I feel like it's very like Hogwarts school of biotics in that case.
Yeah, you ruined it.
You're playing games.
Yeah, I don't like it anymore.
Right?
Yeah. I think there should be also Marvel games.
Good ones.
They're not enough good ones. And I'm like, I know.
What was the last good Marvel game you've played?
The last one that I did play was Deadpool, and it was okay, probably like 7 on 10. It was funny. It was interesting.
There were some good quirks.
The last best Marvel games that I played were probably Ultimate Alliance and Ultimate Alliance 2. Those were good. Did you play those?
No.
They're basically, you could choose like one out of 60 Marvel characters. It had them all.
Yeah. And
it was like 4-player cooperative, like kind of like Diablo style, but there was like teammate moves for one another. Like you can like Hulk can pick up Wolverine and throw him, right? Stuff so like that. There was things like that.
So he's like a big dagger.
Right.
That's just turning him into a big throwing knife.
Yeah. Well, in Marvel Zombies, Galactus comes to Earth to like eat Earth, not realizing that it's all like zombies and stuff.
Affects him.
And Hulk and Wolverine were zombies and stuff. Like Hulk takes Wolverine and like shoots him into space. Sick. Oh no, he shoots him into space at Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer comes first before Galactus eats a planet. Shout out to Galactus and Silver Surfer. What a guy. My stupid shoulders always blocking them. Silver Surfer usually scouts out a planet first.
Of course, yes. I remember that.
Hulk shoots him.
Okay.
So it's funny because he's like, oh, he's in space.
Yeah.
Takes Wolverine and like shoots him into space, and Wolverine's like,
I'll get you.
Yeah.
I'll get you.
Yeah, and it works.
That's the sickest part.
Yeah. So it's funny that like the combo moves. That's what I liked about Ultimate Alliance. But I think the idea of an RPG.
Like a proper
choose
one.
And this is the problem with these superhero games is because it does end up being like a 15-in-1 game. Because is it going to be a beat 'em up? Are you going to be a flying game? Is it going to be a first-person shooter? Which is why I also said Deadpool makes a great character. He's getting lots of love. To people out there, they gotta love Cable. Cable's in the Deadpool game. Yeah. Cable would make for a phenomenal third-person shooter running on the Gears of War engine. Oh, that would be fucking awesome.
That's tight.
That'd be a sick game. Guys, leave us a suggestion in the comment section below about, game ideas that you have. It might inspire us to, rebroadcast this with probably, different suggestions and stuff like that. I feel like we barely scratched the surface.
Of course, this is such a deep topic.
Portals itself is a deep topic.
But I would really like also somebody to maybe hypothesize why we don't have better Marvel games, especially now that they're teamed up with Disney. Like the Lego games are chill, but I want to know what you think, why we haven't seen another Maximum Carnage. Because now that I said it, there's a hole in my gut, in my heart, and I need that now. I need it to be filled. So, thanks for watching.
Okay, guys, please fill up the void in Dave's gut. So here it is. It's a universe where you a combination of the last video game, movie, and comic that you have consumed.